Here's how you do each type of practice activity on page 8 of your lesson. Let's start with part 1. Listen and choose the word you hear in each question. Let's click on question number 1.
Pan,
If you noticed, immediately after you click on the link for question number 1, the audio starts playing. And maybe you haven't had a chance to think. So let's click on the arrow to listen to it again, as many times as we want.
pan, pan, pan,
Okay, so I think what I'm hearing is B. Click, check the answer, and it tells me that I did a good job. I got it right. But let's imagine that I thought it was A.
Pen,
Okay, it's telling me, sorry, your answer is wrong, but what it does is it tells you how you're supposed to say the word.
pen,
Then we can compare.
pan,
pen,
So P-A-N is,
pan,
P-E-N is.
pen,
So if I were a student, what I would do is I would first try to select the right answer, and then what I would do is select the wrong answer so that I could compare the pronunciations of both words. This is okay to do because all of the practice activities in these lessons do not have any points assigned to them. In other words, you're not going to get a homework grade or a classwork grade or a test grade. So you can practice and make mistakes as much as you want to, and you will not be penalized in any way on your grade. When you're done, you click the X and you move on to the next question. For the second part, you're going to listen and type the word you hear for each question, and it's important that you do not use capital letters. So let's click on question 10.
mud,
All right. Once again, we can listen to the audio as much as we need to.
mud, mud, mud,
All right. And so I try to put in the right answer. I think, oh, maybe it's mod. It's going to tell me, no, that's not right. And then it's going to go ahead and give you the correct answer, which is M-U-D.
mud, mud,
Okay. If you come here to question 1,
track,
this one gives you a hint. Not all of the questions are going to give you a hint.
track,
Let's say I have no idea what this word is saying. I can view the hint, and it tells me the k ending sound is represented by the two letters C and K. I'm like, well, all right, let's try it again.
track,
All right, T-R-A, and then I know that the k is C-K. It tells me that I got it right. So you'll do that for all 10. Then you come down here. In part 3, these are practice games with words that are exceptions. So if you go back, if you remember on page 7, this chart here, these were exceptions to the rule. So we're going to be practicing with all of these weird little spellings. That's what part 3 is. These are links to websites that will take you outside the lesson. So when I click on the first one, this is going to open up a new tab and it's going to take you to spellzone.com. Now, once again, the audio immediately starts playing. You want to make sure that you're reading the instructions in this tiny little print here. In these words, the short sound is spelled with the letters OU. So this tells me that all the words in this practice are going to have OU in them. So you read the sentence, do not blank the objects on display, and it says here, click on the director to hear the word again. Well, this is the director. And if you notice, my cursor goes from an arrow to a hand, which means I can click this.
touch, touch,
All right, so then I read the sentence. Do not
touch,
the objects on display. Do not
touch,
the objects on display. So I'll go ahead, click inside the box, and I think it's spelled like this. I click check,
young,
and it tells me right away that it's right, but then it immediately goes to the next audio file and the next sentence. But once again, you can click the director as many times as you want to hear the sound again.
young, young,
The room was full of
young,
men. So then I type my answer here and I check. When I'm done, it will tell me, what I got right and what I got wrong. I can click the X to remove this tab and go back to my lesson. The next one is word search with relative U spelled with O. Click, opens up a new tab. This gives me an opportunity to choose the difficulty of the game, beginner or advanced. I'll just stick with beginner. I click play. Always look at the top for instructions. This says drag across the letters to select the words. All right. So I'm looking at all of these, and what I'm trying to do is I'm trying to find some of the words here. And I'm notice right away the word M-O-N-E-Y, and I see it's here. So I have to left click, have to press the button on the left of my mouse, and then I have to hold it down and drag to select money. And then I see here another one, Monday. Whoops. Monday. So I go through all of these words and try to find all of them. You can go across, you can go down. Oh, but this isn't one because it's not short U spelled with O, so that's wrong. How about this one? Done. All right, here's one above. So it can be down, it can be across. Can it be diagonal? I don't know. But I'll let you find out. If I do all of them for you, then it won't be a challenge. So when you're done, you'll click the X, go back. Bouncing anagram spelling game. This is practicing EA spellings with the sound. This is a weird little game, but it's fun once you get used to it. These are bouncing balls, so your eyes have to follow these bouncing letters. Don't get frustrated with them. I see a R, an E, a D, an A D. All right, so I'm thinking, what could this possibly be? I know that it's EA, so maybe it is dread, D-R-E-A-D. So what you have to do is click the letters in order to spell the word. So I'm going to do D, R, E, A, and D. And then it immediately goes to the next one. And you have to figure it out. I see a W, so it's probably, but then I see a S, an E, an A, a T, maybe it's sweat. Some of you will love this game and some of you might hate it. I think I might hate it. But anyway, good luck with this one. It's a different way of doing things. The last one is a sorting activity. This does not take you to an outside website. So we click on it. We click the card deck to view a card, drag the card from the bottom to the correct category, select the word that has the sound and the stressed syllable. So let's click and we see the word, it's not says, because we know it's either ah, or I know this is one of those weird little exceptions, says, says, so I put it here. And it gives me a nice little sound to let me know that I got the answer right. Click on the next one. Ah, father. Right here. Let's say I get this one wrong. Let's say I think it's here. It's going to give me a different sound, and it's going to force the card back to the bottom until I get it right. Okay? So you go through all of these. 33 means that's how many cards remaining. 36 is the total number of cards. So that means I have 33 more cards to go. If I want to restart at any time, I click this button. When I'm finished, I click the X. And that's how you play the practice games. Have fun.